Sorry, I didn't record it earlier. I started just now, but we're on record now. And once again, I'll thank S-VYASA and Dr. Nagendra for their blessings and for bringing this to everybody. So we were talking about the lungs. The size of the lungs, the surface area of the lungs is as large as a tennis court. That's a very, very large area. Most people do not pay attention to their breath. They take short breaths. It goes maybe a little low, doesn't really go deep, doesn't go to all parts of the lungs, and that leaves stale air and other kinds of pollutants in the lungs. Phlegm, the body creates phlegm. It's part of the things, all the things that the body does. And some phlegm is necessary, but sometimes some bodies produce too much phlegm. And if that collects in the lungs or in other parts of the body, naturally it disturbs the functioning of the body. So I have been diagnosed with COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. But I keep that under check with the Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya and other kinds of breath work that I do, which you will learn, and you will also be able to keep your COPD or other lung conditions under control. The technique is very simple. It starts, there are three basic parts to this technique. The first one is what I call the Huffing technique. In the Huffing technique, you allow your body to take a full breath and you do a huff. You go, and then without inhaling, you relax your belly and go huff again. Relax the belly, repeat. Simple, that's what you do. So in the Huffing technique, you allow your body to take a full breath. Now to take a full breath, if your stomach, if your belly is relaxed, very relaxed, you will be able to take a deep breath, a truly deep breath. If there is any tension, and most times there is tension, so before we start, I'll ask you to do a small thing. Sit down wherever you are, stay relaxed. You may close your eyes if you like. Relax your body a little more and take a slow, deep breath. As you take the breath, observe where your breath is going, how deep your breath goes. Please observe. Observe how deep your breath goes. And some of you, if you like, you may share with us what you noticed about the depth of your breath. Come on, somebody, you'll have to unmute yourself. Otherwise, nobody will be able to hear you.
Stomach.
It's going to the stomach.
It's going deep
So,
into the abdomen.
Abdomen area.
It's going to the
area.
abdomen area.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes, abdomen area.
Abdomen. So that means the belly button or little lower?
Belly button.
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Belly
For
button's
me,
good.
for me, sir, it
Anyone
is
else?
it is not in the belly button, but it is, I think, 5 centimeters above the belly button. It stops it. I find it difficult to take it more down.
Very good. So a few centimeters. So that means the lower part of your rib cage, maybe.
Yes, it stops there.
Okay, fine. Okay, no problem. Anyone else?
Can I speak, sir?
Yes, Shiva.
When I take deep breathing, my abdomen expands, this chest area also expands. Then when I take little more deep breathing, actually at this clavicular region, a slight paining is there.
Okay. Observe that for now. We will talk about that in time. Okay. Very good. Anyone else? How deep your breath is going?
May I, sir? I can feel a little lower than navel also.
Okay, very good. So now different people have different observations. They've sensed different things. Now, in the Western understanding of the breath, I'll mute everybody once again. In the Western understanding of the respiratory system, we breathe in, we absorb, we bring oxygen into our lungs. The oxygen is transferred into our blood, and the blood gives out carbon dioxide, and then that is circulated throughout the rest of the body. That is the Western understanding of our breath or respiratory system. The Eastern understanding, which is Indian and also other Eastern countries like China, etc., they acknowledge that there is more to the breath than just oxygen, and that the breath does not only go to the lungs, it goes deeper. Like some of you sensed just now, it's going to the belly button. Somebody said a little lower, and so on. And that is true. Your breath can actually go all the way down to your Mooladhara, the base chakra. The Mooladhara is the area where your legs fork. It's between the genitals and the anal opening. In that region, that's where the Mooladhara is. If your breath is able to go to the Mooladhara, then chances are whatever gifts your breath is bringing, they're going down, and they are providing the nutrition that they bring to all the organs in the body. So when I say nutrition, it's not the kind of nutrition that food brings, but there is a lot else or a lot more to the breath. For example, every once in a while we see thunder and lightning. So that energy is coming to the clouds from the environment, which is the environment, which is what we are also breathing in. Now, I'll tell you something very interesting. A human body has 50 trillion cells, 50 followed by 12 zeros, 50 trillion cells estimated. Each cell is estimated to have an electrical charge of 0.07 volts. That's 350 billion volts of electrical power in your body. 350 billion volts of electrical power in your body. Every second, everything that you do, everything that is happening in the body, there is electrical energy being used to share information and so on. This electrical energy is obviously coming from the breath. And this is not the only thing. There are different kinds of energies that are there in the body. So we have heat, we have kinetic energy, there is electromagnetic energy, different kinds of energy, and they're all coming mainly from the breath. If we breathe well, every part of our body, all the organs, all the cells will function far, far better. If our breath is not good, if our breathing is challenged, something is going to pay the price. We can live without eating for maybe 10 days, 15 days, who knows? We can survive without drinking water for maybe 3 days, 4 days. But we don't survive, or we can't live without breathing for even a few minutes. 5 minutes, some might say, 10 minutes, some might say. But certainly not much longer. So that is how essential your breath is. If we pay attention to our food, we eat different kinds of food, different kinds of nutrition, we drink different kinds of liquids, surely our body also needs a certain kind of breath or different kinds of breath. That is why in India we have Prana, which shares different kinds of breathing techniques so that the body gets whatever the body needs from the breath. Somebody has a question. Arika Sharmaji. Yeah, Arika, please say.
No, sir, I raised my hand for the breathing thing, sorry.
Okay, no problem. So that is just a little information to you about your breath so that you begin to understand that your breath is probably the most important thing in you. Breath not only keeps you alive, it can actually change the quality of your life. Believe me, it can change the quality of your life. If you learn to do breath work, if you learn to breathe well, everything will change inside you. According to yoga, we have 5 different koshas: Annamay Kosh, Pranamay Kosh, Manomay Kosh, Vijnanamay Kosh, and Anandamay Kosh. It is your Pranamay Kosh which is a bridge between all the different koshas. Whatever is happening in your physical body, whatever is happening in your emotional, mental body, and so on, all of it needs the power of your Pranamay. It is the fuel that runs all the systems. Neither our physical body will work, nor our mental body will work, nor our intellectual body will work, or not anything else, without enough prana. So optimizing prana, ensuring that the prana flows through the body beautifully, can create magic in our lives. There is nothing in our body which is useless. Everything has a purpose. Everything serves a very useful purpose. Every single part of your body requires whatever the breath brings, right? Okay, somebody is asking, I joined now, sorry for the delay, what did I miss? I'm sorry, I will not be able to repeat what you missed, but we'll make a recording and you will be able to watch the recording later. For now, I'm just sharing a little general information about breath, breath work, and a little about the Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya. So anyway, you've got a little understanding of what your breath is, what it does, and why you must learn to breathe well. Make friends with your breath. Develop an intimacy with your breath. Watch your breath. Your breath has a lot to share, a lot to tell you. So develop that intimacy over time. So let's come back to our Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya. The first technique, which is the Huffing technique. Relax your belly. Take a slow, deep breath. Observe where your breath goes and then go. Stop. Relax the belly. Again, huff out. Again, relax the belly. No inhale. Again. And then take a breathe. Take a breath. So each time you do this, you huff out, but you don't inhale. When you don't inhale, you are able to expel stale air from different parts of your lungs. As you continue with this over time, a lot of the phlegm that may have built in or other contaminants that may have found a place in your lungs will slowly begin to come out. You know, there was a time when the air we breathe used to be pure, but now there is a lot of pollutants in the air, and naturally it's going straight into our lungs. And if we are not able to throw it out, it has to stay somewhere. It stays there. That's why you find sometimes when you throw out mucus, it has a dark color or some other color and so on, because the contaminants are being thrown out. So we need to do things so that these contaminants, the stale air, etc., is thrown out often, and that the lungs become relatively clean over a period of time. It will not happen in a day, it may not happen in a week, and it may even take longer. That doesn't matter. So first thing is learning to relax your belly. There is a technique called belly breathing. So when I do any breath work with anybody, I always tell people to learn to belly breathe. Learning how to belly breathe is very important because that helps your breath to go deep. It helps your breath to go deep. It allows your body to absorb more of whatever the breath is bringing into your body. So if you know how to belly breathe, very good. If you do not know, please fill the form that I've shared in the chat window. It's a Google form. Fill that. I will send you a belly breathing video, and I will also add you to the Swaskosh Shuddhi group that I will form for this. where you'll be able to keep in touch. So belly breathing, we are not going to focus on belly breathing now. We are going to focus on our Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya. So we have a few questions. How are we supposed to keep our hands while exhaling? That is, I think, from Bhumika. So don't worry about your hands. You can let them hang by your side. If you're sitting, they can be on your lap. You can sit in a mudra position, whatever is comfortable. No particular requirement. Yeah. Sir, how many times do we do the huffing? Very good. Mary, there is no fixed number. So when you do the huff, some people may expel much more air. Some people may expel maybe a little less. Though I ask you to expel as much as you can, empty as much as you can, wait a moment, relax your belly, huff again. So what is happening is breath, the blood circulation is a constant. Breath is circulating through your body. It's coming into your lungs and depositing whatever carbon dioxide it needs to deposit, and that can then be thrown out. So every time you do the huff, you feel you've thrown out everything. There is nothing more to throw. There is still more to throw. And when you do pranayama and you do breath work, you'll find sometimes that your exhales can go very, very, very long. My exhales have gone so long, I'm not even going to mention them. They've gone so long. But some other participants, for example, in one of these programs that I did earlier, an elderly lady, she's probably in her 70s. She spoke about how her exhale lasted almost 10 minutes. And for somebody who'd done it for the first time and just started, I thought that was excellent. But I'm not asking you to try that. This is only for your information. So you can expel or you can huff 3, 4, 5 times. No forcing. Please remember, you have to listen to your body. Very important. Listen to your body. Don't fight your body. As you continue with it, your body will be able to develop more, do more, and allow that to happen. Don't force it. Don't fight it. So for now, once again, take a slow, deep breath. Relax your belly. The more your belly is relaxed, the deeper your breath will go. No straining. See, sometimes I find when I say deep breath, people go, no, that's not a deep breath. That's not a deep breath. If you need to take a deep breath, no straining at all. Totally relaxed. Especially the belly, very relaxed. Let the breath go as deep as it goes. And then go. Stop. Relax your belly. Wait a moment. Repeat. No inhale. Relax your belly. Wait. And so on. So you can do this 3, 4, 5 times. As you do this, some of you might want to cough. You might feel something here. So I keep a spittoon and I keep a handkerchief. So I clear my throat and I throw it into the spittoon. You can do the same. If you don't have a spittoon, you can keep a katori, a bowl or something, put some tissue paper, line it with some tissue paper, so it's easier to dispose of it. So when this happens, clear your throat, throw out the phlegm, and you're good for the next half. So once again, take a slow, deep breath in, keep your belly very relaxed. And go. Relax. Repeat. Relax your belly. Repeat. 3, 4, 5 times. Now, when you do this huffing, try to huff out from the lowest portion. If you can huff from the pelvic area, the Mooladhara, thereabouts, push it all the way up. That's perfect. So the lowest portion possible, huff from there. So now try again, please. Take a slow, deep breath. Fill it up. And go huff. Stop, relax. Repeat. From the lowest portion. Again. Excellent. Is it working? Are you able to do it? Very good. Arika Sharma ji shows me the thumbs up. So great. Very good. I have a few questions. Do we do several huffs with one inhale? Yes. Shubhaji, we do several exhales with one huff. Inhale once, exhale a few times. How many times should we huff? No fixed number. 3, 4, 5 times, whatever is comfortable. Mary, I hope that answers your question. Any specific time of the day from Anshu Kapoor? There is no fixed time. Mornings are great. Evenings are great. Ideally, empty stomach. If you've had a meal 3-4 hours earlier, that's okay. If you've had a meal recently, it may put unnecessary strain on your system. Not advised. 4-5 hours, a difference between your last meal and this, perfect, ideal. Because as you're doing this, you are using the muscles in your diaphragm, belly area, etc., which is where the food is. And if you push hard, you might create a little disturbance in your body. So Yogita ji says, I'm able to do it just thrice. Is it okay, sir? Yes, Yogita ji, thrice is okay. Continue doing it. It may increase or it may not increase. Shirang Gombiji says, does the stomach get pulled inward while huffing? Yes, when you do the huff, you push, your diaphragm is engaged, so your belly goes in, and that's okay. So you huff, your belly goes in, end the huff, relax the belly. You relax the belly, it goes out again. Now there is enough momentum available for the next huff. Again you go, again it pulls in a little. Perfect. I hope that answers you, Shiran. Okay, so this is what we do when you huff from the lowest portion, number 1. Now bring a new thing into this from the lowest portion. Try to channel the huff from not just the lowest part, but from the tailbone up along the spine. Let your mind tell your body that the breath is going to move up along the spine. You do nothing else. You don't force anything. Only your mind tells your body, let the huff come up along the spine. Nothing else. No forcing, no fighting, nothing of that sort. Slow, deep breath in. Come on, everyone. Slow, deep breath in. And go. Stop. Relax the belly. Repeat. Let your mind tell your body the breath is going up along the spine. Now, why do I say up the spine? See, our body has 72,000 nadis. That's what the yogis and others have estimated the number of nadis at. 72,000 nadis is a lot of nadis, number 1. Number 2, we have a thing called a sushumna nadi. Until the sushumna nadi is open and flowing, blockages in the system will not clear. If blockages in the system are not being cleared, that means we go through life going, with almost the similar kind of experiences throughout the life. We can actually go through many lifetimes if you believe in that. If you don't believe in that, let it be. It's okay. We are not going to get into that. So as your sushumna begins to open, I look at the sushumna also as a kind of a drain. I see the sushumna as that thing which helps cleanse the whole system. So I think of it as the master drain of the body. It's not only that, but it is also that. So in a sense, it's like the main line in the body, electrical line, if you want to see it that way. If you want to see it as a drain, it's the main drain in the system. So it combines numerous things. As your sushumna begins to open and become activated, it is able to clear different kinds of blockages, different kinds of things that may have collected in different chakras, different parts of the body, and so on. And you're able to throw it out, which is excellent. Also, as your nadis become clearer, energy begins to flow in your system without so many hindrances, better flow of energy. When energy flows in your body better than before, naturally, it gives you many other dividends, benefits. Illnesses can be dealt with. Now, let me share a little more with you about some of the breath work that I have done. My journey with the breath started a long time ago, but it is only after the birth of Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya that the magic of breath started showing, because the Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya started cleansing the sushumna in particular, and of course other nadis as well. When that started happening, numerous other things started happening, including what I call the Hanuman master breath. The Hanuman master breath is basically what the channeling of your breath up the spine. There is a way to do it, which I explain in my Facebook group called Hanuman Master Breath, and also in my breathwork sessions that I do with people. I teach techniques so that the breath can now move comfortably up along the spine. As that begins to happen, the cleansing becomes very, very fast. So that means the sushumna probably opens faster through this technique than any other technique known to us. Probably. I cannot say with certainty. It is my estimate based on what I've noticed, what I've seen other people also do with their breath. So if you know, people who practice yoga, people who are into adhyatma, until such time as the sushumna opens, their adhyatmic journey does not get momentum. It's only when the sushumna opens that the adhyatmic journey gathers pace, gathers momentum. And this is a great way to open your sushumna. But first, you have to cleanse your system. I'll just refer to a few questions some people have. Is it okay to inhale strongly as you feel a vacuum in your chest? See, if your body wants to inhale strongly, don't fight it. But keep telling your body, we'll go slow, we'll breathe slow. Keep telling your body that. Abhishek ji, I hope that's clear. Please explain inhaling part 2 after the huff. Yeah, so when you inhale, you basically just relax your body, allow the breath to go down the front. If you can, if you have that awareness, let your breath go down the front, the inhale. Should we imagine the breath going up the spine while we inhale the first time before huffing? BR Jahanavi. Very good question, BR Jahanavi. I will come to this later. I will not talk about this now because then we are jumping a few things. So let's leave it for later. Please remember to ask again later, Jahanavi. Is that okay? How do we exactly open the sushumna, and will we know when that happens, sir? That is from Jahanavi. Yes. How do we exactly open? I share techniques to open the sushumna because I know that until your sushumna is open, even the rest of the breath work that you do does not give you the best results. So in yoga, in pranayama, we have what is called the Nadi Shodhan. Nadi Shodhan is to cleanse the nadis. Yes. The aim is with the cleansing of the nadis, your sushumna will begin to open. What we are doing is we are combining many of these things into what I call the Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya. How do you know it has opened? One basic thing you will notice is when your sushumna begins to open, both your nostrils flow almost equally. So if you put your fingers here and exhale, observe which nostril feels more or less. If one nostril feels more, one nostril feels less, that means one is flowing more than the other. Or the other is do an anulom vilom and see. If it's happening more or less equally, you know that your sushumna is flowing. Now the thing about sushumna is nadis switch. If your left nadi, if the ida is flowing, it will flow for some time. After some time, it will switch to pingla. Pingla, ida, ida, pingla, pingla, ida, ida, pingla. It's a constant process. Each nadi, according to people who've studied swara, this is the study of the nadis and the flow of the breath, swar yoga, swar gyan, and so on. A very deep subject, but those who study swara, they know, they say each nostril flows for about an hour, hour and a half, and then it switches. Between the switches, the sushumna could flow for a few minutes before the other, it goes to the other. So there is a bit of sushumna working for everyone anyway. Question is how much? As yogis and people who are into adhyatma, they probably have more sushumna flowing. But please, let me caution you. If your sushumna is flowing too much, you will have challenges in your worldly life. Let me warn you. It's not as if because your sushumna is flowing, everything is going to become hunky-dory great. Yeah, there will be challenges in your day-to-day social, financial, these areas. So if you are prepared for that, go deeper into this. If you're not prepared, take it easy. Let your life guide you. Let things bring you to that. So I'm sharing information about sushumna, but I'm not saying that you have to walk this path. It's only for your general information. I have done this. I have faced consequences. So I'm sharing out of first-hand experience, not hearsay. So, but that said, let me also tell you, when your sushumna begins to flow and flow well, you might be challenged in some ways, but life becomes much easier in many, many ways, including the very challenges that you are facing otherwise. They are challenges at one level, but they may not come in your way. They will not become impediments for you. So that too is a part of it. So it's not as if one is all or the other is the only thing. So there is a nice mix of different things. But if you go into it, nice to go with a little awareness. I hope, Jahnavi, that answers your question, how to open the sushumna. Please share your Facebook page. We can follow. Okay, I'll share that. Yeah, my Facebook page is Rajesh Kanoi, RAJESH KANOI, the same name that I have shared with you. That's on Facebook as well. Okay. I'll form a group, Swaskosh Shuddhi group, and I'll share I have 5 groups. One group is Breath Secrets and Breakthroughs, where I share more about the Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya. Then there is the Lotus Opening, which is a very interesting but a different program. Then there is a Thunderbolt or Breath of Love, which is for the Thunderbolt breath, which is for ED reversal, erectile dysfunction, which concerns men more directly than women. Then there is the Hanuman Master Breath, which is what I was talking about a little while earlier. All this information is there in my Facebook groups. Everyone is welcome to see the videos, read the articles, understand, use whatever you can. You do not have to do anything to pay, etc., etc. However, if you join one of the programs that I teach, because I teach them online and live, then there may be a certain donation involved, but that is for people who do those programs. Yeah, so this is some basic information about the Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya. And let's continue with our breath work. Take a slow, deep breath in. Huff. Stop. Relax the belly. Repeat. Stop. Relax the belly. Repeat. And so on. Try to channel your exhale up the spine. Don't force it. Your mind tells your body. That's all. Please understand, your mind can be a very powerful thing. Your mind is a very powerful thing when it works for you. It can also be a very powerful thing when it works against you. So this is another chapter where you learn ways to get control over your mind. It's part of what I call the Raise Your Vibrations program. And I won't discuss that now because our interest is now in Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya. So doing breath work to overcome the negativity of your mind and to make your mind your friend. That's a very, very powerful thing that you can do. You can learn that from me or someone else, doesn't matter. But as you walk this path, as you go through this journey, you will probably want to do it at some point of time. So your mind is very powerful. Your mind has dominion, in a sense, over everything that is going on inside your body. Not directly, indirectly. So you will notice, for example, when you are angry, a certain reaction is happening in your body. There is a tightness that is building up, maybe in your belly, underbelly, that part of your body. You didn't do it, but it happened. Similarly, if you are stressed, if you are depressed, different kinds of reactions happen in your body. It shows in terms of, it affects the quality of your sleep. It affects the quality of your digestion. You are sometimes constipated and so on and so forth. So when we do breath work, especially when we do belly breathing, we come out of what is called the sympathetic nervous system into the parasympathetic nervous system. So our body has a nervous system. It's called the autonomic nervous system, which has two parts. The sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is the one which we use to protect ourselves, basically. It's a fight or flight, fight or run, escape. That is what the sympathetic nervous system is. The parasympathetic nervous system is rest, digest, create, be, creative in your endeavors, be relaxed, be meditative. That is the parasympathetic nervous system, PNS. I share articles in my groups on this subject as well. Breath work, belly breathing, some of the other breath work that we do helps bring us into the PNS from the SNS. When we come into the PNS, it starts affecting the quality of our lives, of our wellness. We come out of diseases like hypertension, sugar, many kinds of diseases can be overcome or reduced or reversed simply by coming into the PNS. Magic. So we have to learn techniques so that we don't stay in the SNS too long and we spend more time in the PNS. In my groups, on my Facebook page also, you'll find a lot of articles there, along with a lot of other stuff. So be careful about that, but you can search. The Huffing technique looks similar to Singhasana. Yes, it could generate some heat. Yes, very good. But generating heat is generally not a problem. Heat is good for the body, usually. But if you are the Pith type, then you may have to reduce it. Got it. Sharing for benefits of all. Very good. Yeah. Okay. So Abhishek ji has found the Facebook link, and he's been kind enough to share it with everyone here. Okay. Yeah. So let's come back to our huffing technique. You've got the basic of the huffing technique, the very, very basic. Now let's go a little deeper. Take a slow, deep breath. Keep your belly very relaxed. And as you do the huff now, this time, with the first huff, allow the breath to leave you. With the second huff, squeeze in the pelvic area. Gentle squeeze in the pelvic area. And then with the second huff, squeeze in the abdomen or upper abdomen area. Gentle squeeze. Next one, in the chest area. Gentle squeeze. Just try that. Inner squeeze. Slow, deep breath in. First breath, no squeeze. Relax the belly. Second breath, squeeze. Relax. Next breath, huff, squeeze. Relax. Repeat. Each time, move up, move up, move the squeeze from the lowest portion to a little higher, to a little higher. Do this a few times. See how much phlegm you are able to expel. Some people, especially if their bodies are the kapha type, yeah. Sharma ji, Suneta
Yes,
Sharma.
sir.
How do you say your name? How do you say your name?
Suneta.
Huh?
Suneta.
Suneta.
Suneta. Yeah.
So you are expelling a little phlegm. Throw it out. Don't keep it in your.
No, I threw it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't keep it inside. So
Sure.
the more you are able to throw out phlegm or mucus, the better will be your breath. The better your breath is, everything about your life, about your wellness will be better. Everything. So throw it out and go deeper into breath work. I'm sorry, just question someone. What did you mention about pitta type? I missed that part. Yeah, Niru Dhamija ji. I said if your body is heating and if your body is the pitta type, then slow down. Don't do too much of this huffing technique if it's heating your body too much. And if you are the pitta type, because then you might feel a little more pitta. So slow it down. I hope that answers your question. Niru Dhamija ji, what did you mention? That's the one. Okay. Yogita ji, while relaxing the belly during the huff, the belly should come out. Yes. No, it should not stay in the squeezed position, because then you will not get leverage. You will not get the leverage to push it again. So relax it. Yeah. Let it come out. Very good. Yeah. So once again, take a slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, channel the breath up your spine with the squeeze. Relax the belly, repeat. Relax the belly, repeat. Relax the belly, repeat. Relax the belly, repeat. And take a slow, deep breath down the front. Very often, many people start feeling meditative. They go deep into meditativeness with this, and that's good. Yeah, someone said we can answer the questions later. Yes, I could do that, but I feel as the questions arise, if we are able to address them, answer them, it becomes easier to move on with the program. But I know it does disturb. And since it's connected to whatever we are doing at that moment, so I feel it's better to answer it then. While doing the second and third squeeze, do other parts of the lung squeeze. You can do that. There's no bar on that. So you can squeeze different parts. But if you squeeze from the bottom and higher, you are pushing out all the stale air and all the contaminants that may have collected. Remember one more thing. Your lungs are also the biggest detox organ in your body. So the the more cleansed your lungs are, the more detoxed your body will be. So that's great for you in many other ways. Okay, Sunita ji, do you feel energy flowing? Yes, you will feel energy flowing upwards. Yes, yes. And it will energize your mind. Yes. Sometimes you'll feel, very good. I am feeling cold in the lungs. Sometimes, Yogita ji, we get the sensation of heat or cold because new channels are opening. Parts of the body which have not sensed too much, you begin to sense something new. So you get the sensation of heat and cold, different parts of the body. Don't let it trouble you too much. But if you feel any kind of discomfort, I always say, if you are not comfortable, stop. Wait a while, try again later. Stop doesn't mean stop completely. Stop for the moment. Stop for a couple of minutes. Stop for an hour. Stop for the day. Whatever, different things. Try different things. Stop for half a minute. Try again. If it's still there, stop it for 10 minutes. Still there, stop it for an hour. Still there, don't do it today, that day. Do it the next day. Don't stop the practices totally just because you have some negative feeling or reaction. Remember, your mind is always going to play games against you. Your mind is going to play games against you. You have to be very, very careful of that. But listen to your body, work with the body, observe what it is doing. Don't become a slave to your mind. Learn to enslave your mind. Let your mind become your friend and slave over time. First we squeeze pelvic area, then squeeze abdomen, then chest. While squeezing abdomen second time, do we have to hold or relax them? Yeah, every squeeze, relax. So this is the first part. First part is you are squeezing in the pelvic area, then the abdomen area, the upper abdomen, chest, and so on. So the first round, do this. Second round, as you are able to do more of this, you can change the squeeze that you are doing. So your first squeeze is only in the pelvic area. I call this technique the Krishna's flute maneuver. In the Krishna's flute maneuver, this same technique goes deeper. It squeezes at the Muladhara, then the Swadhisthana, then the Manipura, then the Anahata, then the Vishuddhi, and then even higher for some. For now, I'm only taking you with the pelvic area and higher, just so that you become a little more able to do the Krishna's flute maneuver later. Very, very powerful technique. So you can combine the squeezes, pelvic, abdomen, chest. You can combine it, no problem. So with me, inhale is happening after each huff. Is it? It is not all right, but it's not as if it's something to be worried about. Try not to. Let your mind tell your body, don't breathe. Let your mind tell your body, only exhale, stop. Exhale, stop. Your mind will begin, your body will begin to listen. So that was from Unnati. Yeah, Unnati ji. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. Hima Binduji, we don't have any phlegm. Should we continue exhaling forcefully? See, Hima ji, sometimes the phlegm, etc., may be very deep. So one indication you will get is when you do the huff, do you hear a sound? Himaji, come on audio and do the huff and see what kind of sound you observe. Come, Himaji. Take a slow deep breath. Again. Again. Don't inhale. Don't inhale. Stop. Repeat. You are inhaling. Do not inhale. And then see if there is a sound in your chest. So that's for everyone. When you do this, if you feel there is a certain sound in your chest, it's a clear sign that there is something there. So what is this something? Chances are it is phlegm. If it is there, it needs to come out. With the breath work that you do, it will start coming out. Now, sometimes the first few times that you do this, you may not hear sounds because the phlegm may be very deep somewhere. But over time, it will start coming out. So don't give it up in one day. Continue for some time. I hope that answers your question, Himaji. Thank you. Yeah, anyone else? Any other question? Yeah, so let's do it once again. Slow, deep breath in. With the squeeze at the pelvic area. Pelvic, abdomen. Pelvic, abdomen, chest. Pelvic, abdomen, chest. Yeah. So Yogita ji, I suggest that you do the huffing technique 15 times. So what you do is first you start with 5 exhales, huffs, that whole cycle 5 times, and then you start with the squeezes. So the first squeeze is what I've shared with you today. Do this. Later, I will add the Krishna's flute maneuver. So add that to whatever you are doing. 5 of this and 5 of the Krishna's flute maneuver for a total of 15. Now, after this one, I'm going to share one more technique, which is the complete yogic breath. In the complete yogic breath, you relax your belly, let your breath go deep. And then when you allow the exhale, let it come up the spine. Allow one full exhale, stop. Relax your belly, another exhale, up the spine. Stop, another exhale up the spine. So 3-4 exhales without any inhale. So you are doing the same thing. You are doing the same as the huffing technique, but now you are not exhaling through the mouth. You are not doing it with so much pressure. You are doing it much more gently. The complete yogic breath is a very, very powerful breathing technique. If you find that there is a cold developing in your body, if you're catching a cold, if you have a little sniffy nose, if you do just the complete yogic breath, even without the exhales that I have shared with you, you'll find that your breathing has become much easier. So in itself, it's a very powerful technique. The complete yogic breath is not my technique. My technique is the Swaskosh Shuddhi Kriya, which is the slow exhale, repeat exhales, and so on. That is the innovation, if I can call it, that I have brought into this. So now you take the complete yogic breath, full deep breath in, and allow the exhale from the lowest portion up along the spine. When it's all gone, stop, relax your belly, continue with the exhale up along the spine. Again, repeat. Repeat. So this one, you should be able to do more than 3-4 times that you did in the huffing technique. Some may have done more. Please see anything to share? Any question? Raji asks, where does the exhale end? The exhale comes up along the spine and comes out through the nose. You watch the path. I will not tell you what the path is. You watch the path. You only allow the breath to come from the lowest portion at the tail of the spine, the lowest portion up along the spine. The exhale should be slow, yes. Jahanavi, that's the Krishna's flute maneuver. Flute. Remember, Krishna plays a flute. What does the flute have? It has 7 holes. When Krishna plays the flute with the 7 holes, what happens? He makes music, he makes harmony, he creates harmony. So every breath that is coming inside you is actually Krishna's breath. It is Krishna who's giving this breath to you. You take that breath, how you work it in your through your chakras creates the music. So Krishna's flute maneuver, the more you are able to do it, the more harmonized your life will become. You will become more in harmony. So Krishna's flute maneuver, that's the name that came to me and I use that name. Okay, anything else? Any other questions? Suneta ji, yeah.
Yeah. So, this the complete yogic breath. My exhales are, I mean, I can exhale once, which is like very long, but then after that, it's like I have to stop at three. Third time, I don't have anything left to exhale.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Stop a little longer. Play with it. Try different things. You'll find over time that it can actually go on much longer than you think.
Okay.
It's very magical. Very magical. It's very subtle. What is very subtle? Yogita. The breath is very subtle. Very good. The more subtle your breath becomes, the better. It's another sign that your sushumna is active. So keep that in mind. Mary Cecil, thank you so much. Beautiful explanation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anything else? Any other question? Right. So this is what we will do tomorrow before we start the session, so that in our session, we can address more things. Somebody has raised a hand. Suneta ji, yeah, Suneta. No? Okay. Anyone else? Somebody else had raised a hand? Yeah. So tomorrow, when you come for the session, if you can do this before the session, we will be able to get more out of the session. Any questions, keep that in your mind and we will address them. Before we end, relax your belly, take a slow deep breath in. Let's do the 3 ohms. Channel the ohm up along the spine again. I ask my participants to do the ohms because it's a great way to see how your body is vibrating. As you continue with breath work, as you go deeper into breath work, you will actually find that your body is vibrating a little more than before. And that's very good. Okay. And I think I'll just see if anybody has any other question. But once again, I'll share the link, the Google form. If anybody wants to get the belly breathing video and other things, I'll add you to my group as well. Please fill that form. And basically, I need your WhatsApp number. If you like, you can also send me a direct message on my phone number. I'll give you the number, 730-92539. I hope that is right. Yeah, you can send a direct message on this. I hope that's correct. I always forget. It's a new number, so I always forget. I'll just check. Yeah, you can send me a message on this number and mention what we did today, or the mention that you joined this group, so that I'll be able to add you to that group. 92539. That's correct. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Ram Ram.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir. So we cannot see the number.
No, I said yeah, I made the same mistake that I always do. Okay.
I thought it was only me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No problem,
I
sir.
always do this. 70030925339. Yeah, I made this number so I could dedicate the number to the breath work and to the breath work sessions and so on. So you can fill up that form, or you can send me a message directly here as well. I'll send you the video, I'll add you to the group, and hopefully we'll be able to do more work together with the breath. It's a very powerful thing. Make the most of it. Thank you
Thank
all.
you, sir.
Have a beautiful evening. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.